Hi everyone, Karen here. I have a new design for a quilt and it's for the pastors at my church. It contains all 2.5-inch squares and I need about 300 of them in various colours. So I'm just going through my scraps now and seeing what I can find. So this is just one small bag of scraps. I have many scraps and it's just all over the place. So what I'm doing, I've got a small pile here. I just need a bunch of different colours and I need a whole heap of white as well. So I'm going to focus on the colours at the moment and see what we can come up with. So I'm just getting out a bunch that I think are about 2.5 or more, and then I can cut them down to the right size. So as you can see, a lot of them are too small, too narrow. This is probably a bit too bright for what I want. I'm thinking all darker colours. And then I'm going to have a cross in the middle of it, so a Christian cross. And that will all be in white, different shades of white, possibly beige. I will see what I have in my stash. So there's a white one I can maybe use. That one might be okay. So yeah, that one's pretty good. This is too small, too narrow. This is fairly bold, but I think it's a plain colour. I think I'm wanting to go with patterned colours, so I'll leave that. Not sure if that's big enough, but I can cut that down, measure it and cut it. It's a bit too pale, I think. Don't like that one. So I've just been out for dinner and I've come home. I'm going to go through some of my scraps, otherwise it will never get done. And I want to try and do this quilt for Christmas, and it's now August, so don't have a lot of time. And I also have to make a baby quilt in that time as well for my sister's neighbour who has just had a little baby girl. So that's sweet. I think I know what I want to do, so it's just going to be all squares in pale pinks. So that'll be nice and easy and quick, hopefully. So there's some more whites I can use. I don't think they're big enough. There's some beige or cream. I can possibly use them. That's a nice one. These ones here are not quite the right size. I'll get rid of them. Oh, that one's okay. So this is my own design. I have seen cross quilts on the internet, but nothing that I really want. So I thought I'd design my own one. And I've used the Pre-Quilt app on the computer. So that was really easy to do. So nearly through this bag. I don't think that's a bit too pale. These are just so different. They're all different shapes and sizes. I just finish a quilt and then I just shove it all in a bag, all the scraps, and it just builds up and builds up. And I just never get to use them. So this is the perfect quilt to use up a lot of these scraps, which are the right size. Okay, that's a pretty good size. You can cut that down into several bits. Oh, that's a nice one too. Stars and planets. Green. do. Possibly. Yep. Too light. I'll leave that there for now. Try and figure that out. I think that's too pale. It's a nice one. Alright, well that's the first bag. I've got a few more. If you can think of any quilt I can do with all of these scraps, please let me know. Because some of them are tiny. Do I throw that out? Do I keep it? I don't know what to do. I hate throwing out scraps. There's another bit there. Alright, let's get the next bag. There's another bag. This is a smaller one. None of these are the right size. They're too small. I mean, really? Tiny. These might be nice. This came off a quilt I did for my son when he was about 4. He's now 23. So that's how long I've had these. Well, I think that's it for tonight. It is getting a little bit late, so good night. I might see you tomorrow. Hi everyone, I'm back. So I've found a lot more scraps and I'm just going to cut them all in 2.5 inches square. So let's see how we go. So I've laid out the cross on the table. This is all in random whites that I've got. All of these have patterns on them. So as you can see there's some swirls, some flowers, some little stripes and some leaves. So they're all different. Well, there's about 4 or 5 different fabrics in there. And I've laid them all out, as you can see, in that cross shape. And now I'm just going to add the colours all around and play around and see which layout I like.